This Mirrex actually is really good in this matchup, the more I think about it. The more Mirrexes, the better. What's going on, YouTube? Achilles here, and today I put together a Selesnya control deck. This one's based around Yuna, Hope of Spira. Since Up the Beanstalk got banned, this deck definitely lost a lot of power. But even without it, this deck still has a ton of power and a very high ceiling, especially since all the enchantments in this deck have a ton of value. So you just pretty much don't have all the draw power in the world that you used to, but instead you just have to play a little bit more conservative and a little bit different. Just knowing that you're not going to get that extra card every time you play something 5 or higher. But we try to take advantage of Esper Origins in the sense if we could play this on curve, we surveil 2, gain life, and we could play it back for its flashback cost, get some value with it, get some extra mana. So it's a really good card, and we're going to try to see this on curve all the time. And we also could ramp up with the Overlord, and everything in this deck is an enchantment for the most part, so once it goes in the graveyard, then we'll use Yuna, Hope of Spira, to find whatever we need for whatever situation we're in. So we play control, and the longer the game goes on, the more powerful we will become. And even without drawing Yuna, everything in this deck just can win on its own. Half the cards in here are just win cons, so let's get right into this list. We got 4 Get Lost, 4 Esper Origins, 1 Trapped in the Screen, 1 Split Up, 1 Temporary Lockdown, 1 Summon Fenrir, 1 Day of Judgment, 1 Buried in the Garden, 2 Ride's End, 1 Ultima, 4 Overlord of the Hauntwoods, 2 Summon Titan, 4 Yuna, Hope of Spira, 4 Leyline Binding, 2 Overlord of the Mistmoors, 2 Summon Knights of Round, and for the lands we got 4 Plains, 3 Force, 4 Lush Portico, 4 Razorverge Thicket, 4 Restless Prairie, 4 Demolition Field, and 2 Mirrex. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and if you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day, and if you want to become a member, you can get early access to videos. Let's get right into these games. Pretty good start. We have our Overlord so we can ramp up, so can't go wrong with that, honestly. And they might get rid of Get Lost, if I had to guess. Has more value attached to it. But they end up going for Temporary Lockdown. Makes me wonder, what are they even playing then? I do want to get rid of that. They could just go in Holy Annex instead now. But it's all good. Even if they have Unholy Annex, we have a ton of value ourselves. We want to deal with the turn-by-turn threats. Another Preacher, that's fine. Interesting. I think I'm gonna end up using Ride's End for 5 mana. Unless they bring out something else that makes me think I should use the Ultima, but I'm not sure. Well, that's not good. In that case, I'm doing it. They could get rid of Ultima. No follow-up play, very interesting. So I could technically wait to cast this next turn, but it's all good. The mindset is we're just gonna make sure we do something every turn, because they're not doing much on their turn, so if we at least do some stuff every turn, then we'll eventually win, even if it's a bunch of little things. What a move. Highest creature. And they're going to get 2 creatures to their hand. That's fair. So they get rid of the Overlord. They're going to get back that. Oh yeah, we did exile the other one. That is pretty cool. I'm surprised they didn't just wipe our board. I guess they don't care about our little creatures. They should. That is a Soulstone Sanctuary. And a strategic betrayal. It is very strategic. That's fine. Oh, that's a good card for them too. They can't attack. I'm gonna wait until they go to the end. We're gonna go to get rid of that Soulstone Sanctuary. Now we're gonna go for the Mirrex. Another land, oh my goodness. Let's just see what we got with this. We don't need that. Now they got to deal with the Overlord, but I have a feeling they're just going to remove it. Mono Black has a million forms of removal, so I wouldn't be surprised if they just go for the Throat. That's not bad. See, there's the removal. Knew that was coming. So now they're going to go for the swing with Preacher, because why not? Very interesting. We're going to go for another Might. That's a good card. You know what? Get rid of Sholdred. Go for the big swing. They'll go to 8, but then we bring them down to 3. Go from there. The Day of Judgment is just insurance. That's a move. Gonna make our Might. What could we possibly draw now, guys? We're gonna really need to get something good. Do you attack with Preacher? They do. Okay. That is what you call a top deck. But even if they block it, let's see. Block that, they block that. They go to 1. And do we have enough for both cards? Yeah, we do actually. So we do that. We go for Yuna. Now we get back the Overlord. We get it. Okay, we get to go first. The only problem is we don't have a second forest for the Overlord. But it's nothing Demolition Field can fix, but we might not be able... Okay, problem solved. I was going to say we don't have... we wouldn't be able to do it on turn 3 and curve out correctly, because we would need to do the Demolition Field play on turn 3. What is that? Listen, I'm not trying to take any damage at all, so we're just going to clear the board right now. We utilize our mana turn by turn, they don't put enough pressure on us, and then we get them out of range of killing us. Because if they're playing mono red, their ceiling is only so high compared to ours. So we should be good if we keep the board clear on these early turns. But we also have to draw cards that could actually do something. So, let's see. Could go either way. right into Summon Titan. Now we could use that next turn if we want. This card is so flexible, and it's just meant to be in this deck. I remember the previous version of this deck, when Beanstalk was not banned, was just so... I played like one of it, it was just so good. But now we're playing a full play set because without Beanstalk, you need that extra value. And when you can have an interaction where it just gets milled, you know, it's just really good, especially with a hand like this. And it replaces itself with that first ability, if it's a permanent card, of course. And most of our deck is permanents, so you can't go wrong. Just to be safe, though, let's Surveil. That is a permanent, but is that the permanent we want right now? No, it's not. We got to be a little bit riskier. Is a permanent, and that's another good permanent. Oh, yeah, we do need the removal. Yeah, they're just taking it, like, whatever. 7 damage, no big deal. But now, whatever they end up trying to pump up, I am going to use Leyline Binding on. And it might end up being Scamp, because that's one of the cards that's going to be the Heartfire Hero 2.0 in a sense. Kind of does the same thing, but not really. But at the same time, the Scamp does have its own flexibility compared to Heartfire Hero in the sense of... oh wait, maybe I should have used the Leyline. I was about to say. Hope I missed the timing on this. Just rambling. Almost lost for a second. We get to go first. Not too bad of a hand either. Gonna go right into Esper Origins. Leyline Binding would be nice, but it's better in the graveyard for Yuna right now, especially since we don't have Overlord of the Hauntwoods. That's our 5th land for Yuna, so we will curve out correctly in that sense. And we have Get Lost for this turn coming up, and next turn, or we could go Ride's End technically. I think Ride's End is the move right now. Just get rid of this guy. But we could go Overlord the Mistmoors or Esper Origins. I think Esper Origins will give us more value right now. Let's gain some life, so you can't go wrong with that. That's a really good card, but we won't be able to get it because of the... whatchamacallit. We need a permanent. Let's do it like this. We're guaranteed to get a land, and then we will get the board wipe as insurance if they go wide. Just break our momentum. We have a Leyline in there. I don't think that's enough. So I could go Yuna and just do that, but is it worth it? I don't think so. Let's instead set up our graveyard for a really good Yuna play for next turn. And if they go over the top instead, we will go Day of Judgment. So we have a lot of different options. I don't want to just jump into Yuna and then they go for the throat since they're playing black, so... Well, that's a card. So now we gotta be careful of that, but that's a good Leyline Binding target. And that thing can swim, because they're at max speed, that's pretty cool. Get rid of that. Well, I'll get rid of my own creature, but we'll get rid of the High Claw at least. I think we have to get rid of that Hazoret. That thing is going to be really hard to get rid of, so at least by doing this, we don't have to worry about it. We do risk losing Yuna without getting the Summon Titan out, but it's a risk I'm willing to take right now. But if they don't get rid of Yuna right now, they're in trouble because I'm going to have Summon Titan out, we're going to have all the lifelink. So, well, there we go. That was honestly the best card they could have used, because it exiles my graveyard too. Now it's looking like a Day of Judgment play, if you ask me. It's just a 2-for-1. I don't want to take any more damage at this point. But next turn the Overlord will be a creature, so that'll be good for us. Go down to 12. They're still coming at us swinging. My goodness. That's fair though. I'm gonna exile that. Alright. Even though we didn't get much, we do have the Overlord and we have Restless Prairie. Let's be evil. Hahaha. Okay. So now I could go for the Prairie. You know what? I'm going to put pressure on them. I was going to say I don't go for Prairie and I hold up Get Lost, but we have the Overlord, and I don't think they're going to get rid of Overlord plus put a lot of pressure on me in the same turn, especially with that amount of mana. What is this? Interesting. But I don't want to deal with that, so we're going to get rid of it. Now we're going to make our board even wider. I think at this point they can't come back from it, because I don't think a deck like that plays board wipes because they're going wide. Unless they just have a hidden deadly cover-up somewhere. Or Brotherhood's End, but the Brotherhood's End wouldn't do much. They would really need a deadly cover-up. I'm going to pump it up too. Okay, we get to go first. I like this hand. We just need to find our third land. There it is. Go Esper Origins turn 2. And manipulate the top cards of our deck even more. So I really want this Overlord. Only problem is we need a land. But I am going to be risky, because technically the Overlord is a third land. Or it will be our fourth land. Are we playing control? Well, honestly, if they counter it or not, we gotta find out. Yeah. Okay. So if we could get that fourth land, these Esper Origins are gonna be very... Oh my goodness. As soon as I say that, they use the Ghost Vacuum. That's amazing. But now they can't target this one since I already casted it, so they get rid of the other one. Which is fair. That's a permanent. I don't think we're going to use Split Up in this matchup. Only if we had enough mana for this, that'd be crazy. I wonder. This Mirrex actually is really good in this matchup, the more I think about it. The more Mirrexes, the better, technically, so it's the mindset with that. We just need 8 lands and the double Mirrex will commence. If I did this, this is a very bold play. It's very bold, actually. But you know what? Counter it. Well, they did. So we have to tell them twice. That's fair. It was going to die next turn anyway, so that's just one less card. So the only issue is that we don't have a good graveyard for Yuna. I am definitely much so going to get rid of this card right now, though. Let's hope that it does not get countered. Okay, nice. Yeah, because we don't want that Ghost Vacuum to resolve. Because they will take, they'll make a copy of the Summon Knights around. We don't want that. So now we get to make an extra mana with the Buried in the Garden. So we go Summon Fenrir. And we will put even more mana out. Okay. Good thing we could deal with that, or else we'd be in trouble. Let's see if they go for the double block, so we could just get lost it. They're not being fun about it. Alright, in that case, lands. Get lost. And if they counter it, we have Leyline Binding as the follow-up. We don't have to worry about their little 1/1 dude. That's fine. So now they're resorting to using the Restless Anchorages, which is a good play. This is where we get rid of them, though. At least the first one. At least, I guess we're going to get rid of both of them. Fair. Oh, look at that. We get to draw a card. Can't go wrong with that. Let's get rid of their powerful creature real quick. Go for the Esper Origins. We might need both those cards. Although maybe the Get Lost we don't need. I think we need to get more. Actually, the Mirrex on their own will be fine. I guess it's fine, because the whole idea is the Mites will win us the game as long as we can remove whatever they put on the board. We should be okay. But instead of going for the Mirrex, we're just going to see if we could win the quicker way. Which I could do another one. But I want to go for the Overlord. Sure, why not? More Overlords the merrier. We are tapped out with our mana, but it's all good. They will get the full value. Well, not the full value, they didn't get the treasure, but still a bunch of value if you ask me. Now our guys get stronger, which is really good. Okay, we almost got them, so let's see how they deal with their board. Very interesting. Instead of countering, they went for the drawing because they want to dig for a card to take us down, but I don't think that fish is going to do them much justice, especially since it can't fly. Unless it could grow some wings, then it could block the insect creatures, but looks like we're gonna have it then. Well, unless they do that, of course. Alright. We could get them to 1 right now. Might as well attempt to do it. What a play. Let's make a might. Because we could go for the Overlord, but it would only be for the impending. So at least it throws one body on the board. If they decide to make fish, then they would lose a life. So making the meringue as a creature might be the best thing for them right now. Has a 6/6 body, or 6/7, excuse me. I'm doing this now. I'm going to see what they do. Do they put themselves to 3? They're still digging for stuff. Alright, we got that. Let's pump up this might. Why not? That is a definite keep. Let's wait. We have 3, 5, 6. Okay, so we could do this. But do we want to go for the other Overlord? Because they could board wipe. So I might not actually go for the Overlord because I don't want to have 2 of these guys out at the same time. Especially when one of them could just end the game, so let's let them waste their cards. So if they do have a board wipe, they have to deal with everything. And worst case scenario, I just go for the might. That is a Biza. So they just get the life gain. That's pretty good. So now we throw the might at him. And let's see if they have an answer to Leyline, which they don't. And let's just go for the swing. Can they answer it? You cannot. I should have just... I totally forgot to buff it up. I was just so curious about the swing that I didn't even pay attention. That's fine. Yeah, it would have been game, but I thought I had, for some reason, I thought I had enough damage. That's fine, though. Let's see them do that again. Okay, so they do that, but now we're going to Leyline, and that's game, guys. Finally got him. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Tell me what you think of the deck in the comment section down below. Please like the video and subscribe if you have not already. And if you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day. Hope everyone has a great day. Take care.